Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester. We're here at the Capital One Cafe in sunny Delray Beach, Florida. Chris McCarthy's with me. Pat and Jimmy down in the corner right there. There. And Kate is off to the side here, looking as beautiful as ever. No response.
Love you.
Love you too, babe. Yeah, we did. Chris, what do you think? Delray, this is my second trip here.
Punishing.
I have come to the realization that I don't think this is a sustainable town from the liver standpoint for long term.
And weight.
Yeah, girth, liver function.
I always thought girth was a good thing.
Coming in hot. I think this is. I'm gonna say this is about one of the best places to come in the United States that I've been so far as landing. I don't know. Charleston's pretty awesome, but this time of year, if you want warm weather, Key West, Delray, Charleston. I've never been to New Orleans.
I have.
So compare and contrast New Orleans to Delray Beach, Atlantic Ave.
Oh, day and night.
Is
Delray is, Delray is definitely upper scale. And New Orleans, a lot of great bars, a lot of great food, but not as clean. Different type of crowd. So, you got to go to New Orleans if you've never been to New Orleans. It's definitely a spot you got to visit. But if I'm going on vacation, I want to relax. I want to have a good vibe, good food, good bars, music. Safe, Delray. Yeah. I mean, I never felt unsafe in New Orleans. I know you got to watch your back, but that's kind of like everywhere.
Ralph just chimed in. He says, "You two banana heads are missing the lobster pancakes this morning." I asked him last night. I says, "Are you going to come on the podcast?" He says, "I'm leaving early." So I can't win with Ralph.
Where are the lobster pancakes?
I don't know.
That sounds pretty good.
Lobster pancakes do sound a little funky.
I'll eat it.
Unless it was like a scallion pancake.
I'd eat it.
Yeah, unless it was from a Chinese restaurant.
We went to what was the name of it? Tremonti's last night in Delray. Pretty special spot.
Yeah, they've been around for a good number of years, and that's really the go-to for Italian down here in Delray. For anybody who's been to Delray, I'm sure.
I'm gonna send Pat the picture of Chris's appetizer. I don't know if she's already got that lined up, but I'm going to send it to her right now just in case she doesn't. And let's see here. Here it is.
Okay, right, Chris, can you give us a weather report for all us freezing people up here?
Weather report is an easy one. Beautiful.
Yeah, perfect.
There's no humidity. The past 2 or 3 days, there's been no humidity. So as my buddy described it yesterday, it's almost like Southern Cal weather, where it's 8 degrees during the day, the sun is hot, And then when nighttime comes, it's like 65,
Yeah.
70.
Like San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego weather, perfect. Yeah, perfect weather. We're fortunate because sometimes in the winter you can get. Caitlin chiming in from the sidelines over here.
Can we get a little Caitlin?
Oh, there you go, Caitlin.
I said that was for Paul.
Thanks, honey.
Welcome.
Get that
Paul
going.
seems to be getting all excited. Those dentists, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
With those dentists.
We're not Starbucks Wi-Fi. We are stealing Capital One Cafe Wi-Fi, and I think your son Connor was he involved in some of these kind of build-outs in Washington?
Yeah, he was actually working for a company that was responsible for managing their energy,
Right.
and looking for solutions to minimize electricity usage, water usage, because these cafes have Pete's Coffee in them. So it's a great concept. It's an open concept with a bunch of tables, and this particular one even has some small offices that you can use.
Yeah, with the sliding doors that block out all of the
thing in Florida. Like all the girls I worked with in Miami, they would take one person's Capital One card to get a discount.
Oh yeah, you get 50% off.
Yeah.
So if you
50?
50, if you're a Capital One card holder, you go to Pete's Coffee, you get 50% off.
That's
So
no brainer.
Yeah, but I'm actually working. So
Green lights on.
This has been my go-to place the past few days to come in and work. The people here have been great. You can't conduct any serious banking here. They do have multiple ATMs, but if you wanted to set up a checking account or a credit card, then the people here can help do that. But Pete's Coffee, get a coffee, you sit down, work. It's dogs. Dogs are
my very favorite coffee the ground coffee that you can get is Pete's Major Dickinson's blend, who Eric Lorden turned me on to, and I'm not sure if it's available here. I messed up.
He forgot to. It's his favorite, but he forgot to order it.
And I was thinking about it all week because you told me about this place, and the woman said, "Would you like a breakfast? Like a lighter roast or darker roast?" And I had Starbucks in my head, and I can't stand how acidy they're. There's only a couple Starbucks coffees that I like, and so I just went with a lighter roast, and I probably didn't get the Major Dickinson's, which is a disappointment to me. But Gamber's on. Oh, so let's do a little rundown. Paul Gamber's with us. Your father-in-law Jimmy Ellis is with us.
Jimmy
Coder's.
Jimmy doesn't know where I am. Actually, Jimmy's down in Florida too.
Oh, Peter Rollins is in Florida? Where's Melbourne? Is that? Oh,
That's Australia.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that the Panhandle?
No, Melbourne is up by
Tallahassee?
No, it's over on the East Coast, and it's up by
Canaveral?
Yeah, Kennedy.
I gotcha. Brenda Grimes Davis is with us. Paula Ryan O'Brien is with us. Joanne Wood is with us. Peter Rollins we mentioned. Ralph, we don't know what Ralph is. Where Ralph is. Mr. Gamber's with us. Annie Rochon is with us. Well, there you go. Yeah. Scotty, so the question from Paul Gamber, is Scotty ever coming back from Jamaica? We got reports from his betrothed girlfriend.
What was that?
There's rumors that they got engaged. So that, look at the dog right there, just taking a whiz.
I wish we could turn the camera around.
Jeez, what a huge bean on that thing. Aren't they supposed to clip the nuts?
Joseph.
Oh, really? Aren't you supposed to clip a dog's nuts? Or is that optional?
No, that's optional.
Oh, it is optional?
Yeah.
Does Bo
There's
still
pros
have
and cons. No, Bo, we got him snipped.
So what's the pros and cons?
I have no idea. Well, first they can't reproduce, and they tend to lose their
Bob Barker.
how horny they are if you chop them off, so they don't eat people's legs.
That hasn't stopped Bo.
No, Bo hasn't humped your leg.
No, he licks my toes though. Bo is Bo,
Oh my god.
Chris's dog, the French bulldog, is a complete fucking toe licker. So he's like he's the Rex Ryan of French bulldogs.
Speaking of Rex Ryan, we're kind of all over the place because we've been drinking for the past 42 days. But Patriots out.
Sad. I mean, they weren't going to go anywhere, but it would have been nice. And it's too bad that the way they lost. I thought that the offense was actually playing pretty good, and then those two ridiculous. When does that ever happen? Two kickoffs returned for touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crap. It's such crap. But I think the team is a lot better than people give them credit for. I think that obviously they need to get a real. I'd love to see Bill O'Brien come back as offensive coordinator and get a little protection in the offensive line. But the defense, well, I think the defense is a worthy defense. Hats off. Let's be honest. There's, in my opinion, there's three teams that could potentially win the Super Bowl: Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, Mahomes and Burrows, the Bengals. I'll be shocked if one of those three
Philly.
teams.
Did you say Philly?
I don't know why. I'm not giving Philly any credit. Maybe because we never see NFC. We never really see them play. So
I don't know. I think they're kind of for real. I think their defense is for real.
that's what people are saying. We'll see.
Well, Phillies is injured, right? Phillies is injured right now, and I don't know if they're going to get all their players back. So that's why maybe people aren't putting Philly up there. But I agree with Joey on those.
Gambler says, "Don't sleep on San Francisco."
Oh, yep.
No one's giving the Cowboys any
No.
chance at all. They normally collapse this time of year. They laid an egg yesterday. When push comes to shove, I would be shocked if they. Oh, Gamber says Jalen Hurts will be back for the playoffs. How about that offsides that they didn't call on the Bills last year, yesterday? In the face mask. I hate to blame the officials, but I mean, you got to make a tackle on a kick return. I mean, you just can't let that. Who was the guy on the Chicago Bears with him? Devin Hester? That was like they wouldn't kick to him anymore because he was notorious for running touchdowns back for touchdowns.
The refrigerator.
Fridge Perry.
Yeah.
There's that.
I think the Cinderella team is Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that would be.
That's interesting.
That's a good call, Jimmy. I like that. I like that outside the box.
Yeah.
But, I mean, don't you feel like the refs are all? I feel like when it comes to push comes to shove, the refs want to see Josh Allen. They want to see Mahomes, and I feel like they don't really care about too many other teams. But we'll see.
So speaking of Scotty Mack, I've seen a couple pictures, and it appears that he's wearing a man purse. So I don't know what has happened to him.
Does Pat have the image?
Pat, do you have the image?
I don't, because it was in the other thread, but I'll get it.
Oh, jeez.
Did you? All right. Did you upload the Capital One image that I sent you, Pat? So I think this is it right here. So this right here is the space that we're in. This is what the Capital One Cafe. This is actually just the front of the building. The back of the building has these little intimate spaces where you can, you can work. First come, first serve. It seems.
Yep.
And without distraction. Really, this is an unbelievable space to work out of. So, getting back to one of our other topics, this right here was Chris's dinner at Tremonti's last night.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the trap.
Look at those. Look at the pockets. Look at the pockets of the intestine.
It looks like something out of the movie Aliens. It really
Chris,
does. It looks like guts, is what it looks like. It actually
Chris,
is.
I think it goes. Chris, it goes in that way and it goes out that way. That's the thing. It looks like.
Actually, this morning it didn't look like that. It was red, but not. It didn't keep its texture. It's not like corn. It's not like corn, Jimmy.
My God.
Okay.
All right, Pat. Pat, did you have that to show, Pat?
The
The Scotty Mac image?
it's coming. Give me one
All right.
second.
Yeah, Scotty. So Scotty's having a great time in Jamaica. How long has he been there? 3 weeks.
I think he's going to be going on 3 weeks, which is very
Yeah.
impressive.
So it was a retreat, right? It was. I think he wanted to lose 50 pounds. He wanted to mind, body, and spirit. So it should be interesting to see when he comes back. Oh, there he is. Yeah,
Oh, that does look like man purse
Yeah.
material right there.
yeah. See the black strap. So we're thinking that this is a man purse. That Scotty Mac, breaking news, is now wearing
Man purse guy.
man purse.
I'm sure he's representing Rumline. It looks like.
Yep.
Rum line, Castaways up top.
Yep.
So and I got the Gloucester hat on today. So
From Enza.
that's what GMG does. We represent worldwide.
New stickers coming right there.
So
Kate said I have to get the stickers made, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna get stickers made. So when the new merch comes out, we'll be able to. We'll anyone that buys the merch will get a free sticker, Plover sticker.
So what are
I'm
we
representing
talking?
too.
When Scotty Mac comes back, is it?
I guess
guess
Chris
Chris-
and Scott won't make bowling tonight. Peter Rock. Oh, is that Sneaky Pete?
Oh, that's Sneaky
Sneaky
Pete.
Pete.
Oh, nice, Pete. What's going on, man?
So Kate, what are the things? Oh, cornrows, not dreads. For the
Braids.
yeah. So he's not going to have dreads. He's going to have cornrows.
Yeah, cornrows. Yeah.
That's it.
So what are the chances of Scotty Mac when he comes back to Gloucester wearing a man purse and getting beat up?
There's a lot of reasons people may want to beat him up. I don't know. There's that. This right here would caught our eye when Pat said we had to take this picture right here.
Oh
Available
boy.
now at Main Street Art and Antiques, crystal butt plugs. They have these for sale. There was several bins, and there's probably 100 different sizes and colors. And Pat said, Joey, if we don't take this picture so we can showcase some of the obscure wares available at Main Street Art and Antiques, she would be remiss. So,
Thanks, Joe.
I had no idea that there were such a diverse offerings at the Main Street Art and Antiques. So there's that. Oh, Mark McCoy's with us. Wendy Foster's with us. Sneaky Pete's with us. Brendan Grimes Davis is with us. But that post where we showcased that was probably the most entertaining post of the year.
It was pretty entertaining. That's true.
Everybody was chiming in on
Which
that.
one?
The crystal butt plug post. Yeah. I think that gets a star. I think that got the star. And there was only like two. I think there was only two people. Kate, do you remember that?
What?
On the crystal butt plug post on Facebook, there was probably only two people that didn't get it.
2 or 3 negative or
No.
question.
Yeah, most people had fun with it, which I was very pleased to see. I think we're weeding out the soft cancel culture people, which is really nice to. Oh, Gamber's got to go back to work and drill some teeth. He is one of those. He's one of the dentist offices that use the painless dentistry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they knock you out with a hammer. They hammer your head, and then you can't feel anything.
That could be true. It could be true. It could be true. He's got that going for him, which is nice. Graphics. We'll go back to the graphics over here. What is this right here? Oh,
Paramount Icons.
yeah. People probably aren't going to be able to see this, which is unfortunate. But this was like 1981 from CBS, well, Paramount Pictures, and this is just an unbelievable
Gathering of
people aren't
yeah.
going to be able to see it. So
It's amazing.
it was amazing how many A-list stars that are still active today were in that photo, like a young Tom Cruise, or the cast from Cheers. There was James Caan was in that picture. Danny DeVito was in that picture.
I saw Clint Eastwood, didn't I think?
It was just. Oh, who was the guy from the Christmas Story? James Stewart. It was Jimmy Stewart. It was just unbelievable. How many people were in that? All right, we're gonna go to one of Chris. Pat, can you get the shoes by marital status?
Yep.
Right there. Here it is. All right, Chris, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, I saw this, I think either on Instagram or Facebook, and thought it was, pretty interesting and pretty accurate. It shows, I think this was specific to women, and, the
You
different
think?
stages they go through, single, of course you wear the high heels, ready to hit the town by storm. And you're married, you get a little bit more conservative, and then the one kid, you
Working out, trying to lose
out.
the baby stuff.
And then the two kids, I can't believe Crocs got in here somehow, some way.
You give up.
I don't see the little flashlight things on those Crocs.
Yeah, you don't care what you look like. You just wear Crocs and puffy clothing and really let yourself go. And then three kids, you're probably doing the soccer scene and sports scene, so you got to get something that you can get in and out of quickly. And then you get divorced, you're back to step one.
I want to hear from our viewers. Where do they fall on the on this chart? I am perfectly accurate. The three kids with the flip flops.
Flip-flops, yeah.
Perfectly accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
There you go. See
You
that?
need something in, even your sneakers. What do you wear? The ones that you can get in and out of.
Oh, the
quickly.
Kizik's.
Kizik's.
Best shoes ever.
Yeah, Kizik's should be up there instead of Crocs.
Kizik's are awesome. The Kizik's really are. So I want to. Mark McCoy. Oh, Mark McCoy says 100%. Graphics. Going to go back to this one. This has to be a Chris McCarthy topic as well. Is this your topic?
No.
Deja vu.
No, I put that in there in case I needed it.
Deja vu.
I like that.
All right, Pat has. That's a tool that Pat has.
That was a placeholder. Yeah.
The back end of the podcast. Yeah, she can access that whenever she wants. I think this is Chris's too.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Chris's.
Yeah, and I think we've discussed this before on GMG.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the wiping, the appropriate way to wipe, or it might have been both. An appropriate way to, do you go under, you pull the toilet paper from under or from the top? And in 1891, it's clear that it's over the top. You can't debate that.
Can't debate.
No. So
It's written down.
for those people who said under, you're wrong. You got to follow the original blueprint.
I read something about. I read something about negotiating, and also in businesses, that if you put something down on paper, like if you have a sign that says the rules, even if no matter how ridiculous the rule that you write down on paper, like as far as if someone comes in and they want to do something, say we're at Capital One and the rule is you can't use your laptop, and then someone puts their laptop on. But if they have the sign that says no laptops, it makes it very easy for the person to point to the sign and say no laptops, and then it kind of like ends the discussion, because otherwise people think it's arbitrary. And I found it very. Was that Jimmy?
Well, Joey, I was going to say sometimes when you go to a bank like that or go up to a working window like that, there's signs. Please turn off your cell phones, no cell phone talking, and stuff like that. People just continue to just, even though the sign's right there, they'll continue to talk about what's happening from their Aunt May, and complain.
I think the point is that the signs validate the rules somehow in a real simple way.
Right, and it reinforces and it makes it a lot easier to get to have your
Right. People will accept it quicker.
people will. That's
With a
the
sign.
That's the point.
With a sign?
Yeah, with a sign.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
one of the places we went to this past
Oh, there's a sign. Yeah.
place called the Sandbar, and it's all outside, beautiful. But they got a big sign that says "No cigar smoking." I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
And but people can smoke cigarettes there, but big sign "No cigar smoking."
There you
So
go.
it's one of our favorites. But when you're outside, you like to smoke a cigar, and they won't let you there. So we go elsewhere.
We go elsewhere. That's how
Places
it
that
goes.
are
For the most part, this is a
accept cigar smokers.
fairly. There's several. This is a cigar smoking friendly town for the most part. I mean, compared to back home, it's infinitely more. But that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was the? Oh, that was the question, Joe. We were talking about with the cigar smoke. So, I'm curious for those that are listening, if you're sitting next to a table, or even a few tables down from a table that has a couple guys smoking cigars, and you can smell the secondhand cigar smoke, are you disgusted at that, or are
Do you
you
like the
okay with the secondhand smell of cigar smoke?
If you look at the sandbar, to me anything goes.
Yeah,
That's not
Sandbar,
can't
you
be
would think.
smoking, but like, a place like Boston, like a pat out. No.
Right. Yeah, even like at Tin Roof, they have an outdoor area, but you have to move out of the area that's covered by the awning.
Yep.
So you got to be in the open air, which is fine. That's
So
a good rule.
I predicted that 35%. My guess was that 35% of people would say that it either doesn't bother them or they like the smell of a cigar
Right.
smoke,
Right.
pipe smoke, whatever.
So where do you guys stand?
That's what I'd like to know. That I'd say it's. What did you figure it would come down on?
I said maybe 50-50, but I would say that some of those people, 50%, who say they wouldn't mind it, that some like the smell of cigar smoke, probably half of those are lying.
I think you're being too generous with your
No, but
50%.
what I'm saying that half of the 50%, if they were actually in the situation, would bitch, saying that they don't like it.
But actually do, or it doesn't bother them. They do bitch for the sake of bitching.
No, that during the initial survey, they would say that it doesn't bother them, but that when they were in a situation out and about, sitting next to somebody smoking a cigar, they flip flop.
Yesterday, Kate and I were going for a walk, or we were walking to breakfast actually, and I saw someone in the distance smoking a cigarette, and I was like, wow, that smells really good. I don't remember a cigarette smelling that good, but there was actually a guy.
It was weed.
There was actually a guy directly in front of us, but he had a cigar down by his.
Oh.
I looked down, I figured out, the guy was smoking a cigar.
That's funny.
Tara Tucker says, cigar smoke doesn't bother me. I can't stand cigarette smoke. Yeah, cigarette smoke seems to bother me more, too. I don't know. But Kate's pretty great. We have a graphic for that topic, Kate?
Huh?
Somehow in our show
No,
notes.
no, the
there's a-
graphic didn't come
Kate's
through
pretty
for that
great.
one.
I didn't put it in there.
Yes, you did. Okay, who put that in there? Jimmy Pat?
No, it came through on the podcast topic. I think somebody hijacked your phone.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I remember I did. Yes.
Kate, known phone hijacker. Caitlin Shimatama. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
Kate
got
picked
a
up.
text from Joe the other day saying that he wanted to sleep with me, that he loved me very much, and I got a little nervous. But of course, Kate hijacked.
2 minutes later, Charlene got a text saying that I'm secretly in love with her.
Back in high school.
Don't tell Chris. That was also Kate.
Oh my God.
Kate says she's a good time. Yeah, that's true. You are a good time.
What happens in Delray stays in Delray.
Apparently not.
Oh, here's my topic here. Is skiing the most overrated thing of all time? And I got a lot of pushback on this by the skiers. But I'm curious. I bet you that I just don't understand the allure. And this is where I was going with this post. Now I remember. So the post was, is skiing the most overrated thing? But at the same time, is the après ski scene one of the best scenes of all time? And then the premise was, wouldn't it be great if there was a bar that to get in you had to be dressed in like snow pants and like ski like a Nordic sweater and stuff like that, and
Like a dress code.
Yeah, and they had like a big, huge, oversized wood fireplace, and they served like kind of cool drinks, and but you could do that and not have to travel 2.5 hours to get to the mountain. You could, it would be like 10, 15 minutes away. I think somebody replied that there is a place like that, not too far away, but I can't remember where it was. But I don't know. I wish someone could explain to me the allure of going out and freezing your ass off. Do you ski?
I do.
You like skiing?
Yeah.
Or do you go because there's nothing else to do?
I've gone because it was part of, like, the last time I skied was February of 2022. We were out in Colorado for a sales meeting. And after the sales meeting, we went out to Breckenridge to ski. But I enjoy it. I'll go 2 or 3 times a year if it's part of the agenda. I won't drive up to New Hampshire or Vermont or Maine to go skiing. Once you ski out west, the difference between skiing out west compared to New England is day and night.
Yeah,
so
real snow versus fake. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, ice versus powder, But I'm telling you, some of these ski resorts out west, I mean, it's like going to Del Rey, but built for people who enjoy, winter.
Right.
And
Telluride. I've seen some of the Park City.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these downtowns look like a good time.
My God. Yeah, I've been to Park City, Deer Valley, where it's out in Salt Lake City. That's where all the like movie stars go and ski. It's like going to Augusta. I compare it to like one of the best golf courses in the world. Going to Deer Valley, it's like going to Augusta, but for skiing. Everything is pristine. Like there's not a piece of snow. There's not a piece of snow out of place.
Claudia says, when Chris borrowed all my ski gear, Paul, do you buy ski gear or borrow someone else's jacket, pants, gloves, hats, and helmet? Value guys. Value guys.
It's true. Yeah.
I tell you what.
Fits me. Everything Mike has fits me. It doesn't fit him
It's a little
anymore.
snug in the crotch, but other than that, it's pretty good. From what I understand.
Guys, Joe, I don't know if I would ski, but man, I love snowmobiling. I would do that.
Yes.
Gamber. Pretty soon we're going to lose
And
Gamber.
Ralphie. And Ralphie.
Gamber. Well, we won't see Gamber until like late spring when he stops going.
My goal is to get Joe on like a 4-day snowmobile trip out west.
Wow.
You have to, Joe. I'm telling you, You're right, Jimmy. I mean, I would pick if someone said, "Hey, let's go on a ski trip out west." I'd say no, but they said, "Let's go snowmobiling." I go snowmobiling in a heartbeat.
Out west.
Out west. I went with Ralph one year. Might have been 3 or 4 years ago. I brought my 2 boys, and what a cool experience. We went through Yellowstone.
Do they have heaters on the
They do.
Oh,
yeah, on the handles.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
We can do that. And I would want a guide.
Yes.
So I don't get lost. Because I went with Derek Cruz when I was in my late 20s up by Loon, and we were on a trail and it started getting dark, and his father actually had to come with, like, we found our way to a highway, and luckily we had cell phone reception, and his father came and rescued us.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well,
like I thought we were going to get eaten by wolves.
You shouldn't drink in snowmobile.
We weren't drinking. We're not, like, I am not ashamed to talk about when I drink. We were not drinking. I was horrified. I thought we were going to die, get eaten by coyotes and wolves and bears.
Yeah,
Buffalo get run over by a moose. You ever see some of those moose travel through snow?
Yeah.
You ever see some of those videos?
Yeah.
The snow is 4 feet.
I know, that is amazing.
And the freaking moose goes flying through like 40 miles an hour. If you're in its way, forget it. You're done.
Like a locomotive. It just looks
Like a
just like a
locomotive.
locomotive.
Exactly. I am. I would be remiss if we did not mention two phenomenal places we were invited to go and visit last week. Oak to Ember seems like the biggest hit of the season. Unbelievable space. Dying to go back. Neil Maver's baby over there where the Cape Ann Museum was. Jim and Pat, have you gone yet?
Not yet. We're hoping to go this week.
This week.
I can't believe you haven't gone. That's incredible that you haven't gone.
Well, it was hard.
Jimmy, Kate wants to know why you haven't responded to her text, Jimmy. Donnie Charette's with us. Hey, Donnie, how you doing, pal?
Donnie.
Donnie, by the way, Chris smoked the cigar that you gave him when we went out for dinner that night yesterday, and he said it was fantastic. So.
Yeah, the Patel.
Yeah, the Rocky
Patel
white label with the gold lettering.
Yeah, outstanding.
Don't forget to mention the second place we went to that was fantastic.
Second place, Fleur Cuisine, which I can see us regularly going there for lunch. That place, the only thing about going there is we really have to limit our alcohol intake because you got to run the gauntlet getting home. So we got to be very careful. Maybe limit our drinks to one or two, but enjoy that unbelievable cuisine. Best chicken wings I've ever had. Not like any chicken wings I've ever had anywhere else. Chef Wandy and his wonderful wife Daphne, maybe the nicest people I've ever met. Generous, but the space is sexy. The food is incredible, and they're open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Fleur Cuisine, Mike. It's where the old Ellen's Harbor side was, on number 1 T Wharf. So if you're in Rockport, the first space, I think it's directly next to the Harbor Master's office in Rockport. Brenda Grimes Davis went the following day. And yes, Fleur Cuisine, Mike. Fleur Cuisine. Fleur Cuisine Harborside, I think it's the official whole title. But absolutely phenomenal. I'm looking forward to going back to both places. So in the beginning of the summer, we were filled with hope. All these places were going to open up. Barbara Lynch and a bunch of other places, and a couple places fell flat. Now we've had two that we visited in the past week or so that actually hit complete home runs, unbelievable home runs. So,
Absolutely.
Pat, do you want to speak to any of I think the drinks at Fleur may be the best cocktails that I've had in the city. And the only place I can compare it to is the Baldwin Bar in Woburn. Is it Woburn or Burlington? Woburn. And they're a lot more reasonably priced than the Baldwin Bar. So there's that.
They're James Beard award winners at the Baldwin Bar.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well,
I was overwhelmed, especially at Fleur Cuisine. We haven't been to Oak and Ember yet, by the hospitality.
Yeah. The food too, though. Yeah, I mean.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, really. I agree with you, Pat. I mean, they couldn't have been nicer, and I am looking forward to patronizing that place. If you haven't been, listen, Oak to Ember's just opened. They're probably hard to get. It might be hard to get reservations. Yes. If you're having a hard time getting a reservation there, make a reservation at Fleur. If you can't get it at Fleur, go to Oak to Ember. You have to check it all out, and that's not to discredit it. Oh, I'll give another shout out for a dish that we had last week. I was with Kate, I believe. The buffalo scallops at the Gloucester House. Buffalo scallops at the Gloucester House were. I wouldn't think to order it, but I think I asked David Linquata, Lenny's son, what should I try, and I think he said that. We tried it. They were like crispy, but had a almost like a sweet and spicy.
They looked really, really good.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was more. I almost want to say it was more like a Thai chili almost sauce. But It was spicy but sweet at the same time. Delicious. Check that out. Um, and yeah, so there's that.
No, Joey, Topside Bistro is advertising. They're looking for the wait staff and all that stuff.
Topside Bistro.
If there's people out there,
rebranding, rename. We're gonna have to. We'll have to hope. Yeah.
I guess those dates have gone by, but
yeah, but we heard there's still people can still throw in.
I know that Hope and Teddy both have said on their personal Facebook pages that you can DM them and get into contact with them if you're looking for staff. That staff at the staff at the staff at Oak to Ember was incredible staff. It was like a one or two all-stars from all these different places. Our friend Sean and Callie, Lila, one of our favorite servers. Lila was there. There was Sherry Bassi was there. It was just like a mishmash of all total pros. And that's probably a testament to Neil because everybody loves, Neil so much. Also, the girl, what was her name? The girl that was at, for years, was at Elevate Point. I can't remember her name. Andrea, I think her name was. Andrea.
With the dreads?
No, I don't think so. But, huh?
I remember.
Yeah, it was like an all-star cast at that place. And the other thing that shocked me about the Oak to Ember opening was how seamless everything was, how mobbed it was at the same time, how they executed right out of the gate. Because it was like, that's a big space.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool. Good morning, Mike Bertolino. Nice to see you on. Linda Jerome Tupman, nice to see you on as well. So there's that. Chris, Pat, can you pull up the graphic? The latest and greatest nude pickleball is now officially a thing.
I think that one might have dropped off. But there is the rule changes.
Yes, there are rule changes. I did quickly read through some of them. I think the most important one, and Mike Coder can certainly explain better than me since he's now a pickleball professional.
Is he rated?
He might. I think he might be now, but they no longer allow you to spin the ball as you're serving.
Oh,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You either have to bounce the ball or throw it up. So your serve has to be underhand anyhow in pickleball.
Yes.
But what some of the people were doing is spinning the ball and then hitting it, and that would put extra juice on the serve, and they are now not allowing that. There was also a rule about, how important it is to call out the score every time you're serving or your opponents are serving. So something about being allowed to, if they yell out the wrong score and serve, you can stop and say, no, that was the wrong score. Correct the score, and they have to serve it again.
Oh, wow.
So those were the two ones the two that captured my attention. Some of the other ones weren't as important, but if Mike Coder is still on.
I don't know if anybody saw my interview with Arena McWilliams Lopez. She's the executive director at the Y last week we did. And in case you missed that, the Y has purchased the lot that is in between the current YMCA and the Halyard apartments. And there is talk of them putting in a bunch of courts, outdoor courts, which is huge. And I know when that all comes to be, that they're going to be looking for support from the community. I know Nick Novello, Mike Coder, probably a lot of others are very interested in that happening. Yeah. To play the courts that they have at the Y right now is on the basketball courts, and the lines are a little bit funky and stuff like that. Once you play, like at the community that you purchased in, you and Charlene purchased in Bonita Springs, Is it Bonita or Bonita Springs?
Bonita Springs.
Bonita Springs. Okay. The like a real pickleball courts that are lined out and has the fencing around it. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
You don't have to chase the ball every time.
Yeah.
When you're playing in a gym,
Yeah.
you spend
Yeah.
half the time chasing the balls.
Yeah.
And the other problem is Jimmy wears the shoes,
The black sole shoes.
sole shoes, and they almost had to cancel
Yeah.
pickleball
No one can see the lines.
indefinitely because the rules are clear. There was a sign, back to the sign.
There was no sign.
Jimmy, well, there's a sign now because of you.
Now there's a sign. Yes, you did tell me. Now they put the sign.
What is this thing with the DQ right here?
I think this was mine too.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's perfect. As I think you all know, me, Joe, Jimmy, actually all of GMG castaways love soft serve ice cream.
Love it.
Dairy Whip.
Love it.
And we go to McDonald's a lot, Dairy Queen. But
At all hours. At all hours, Chris. At all hours.
But, this is well said that Dairy Queen, has been ruining New Year's Eve or New Year's resolution since 1962.
Pat, I don't know if I sent you the link to the there's like a website that tracks the McDonald's dairy which ones have machines that are actually working and not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a website.
If you sent that to me, it was a long time ago.
Well, Pat, you're
Pat's
supposed
too
to be
busy.
the librarian.
Pat's too busy bumping Scotty Mack and Paul Gamber's topics to the top of the list that don't show up in the podcast anymore.
It is quite a chess game, arranging the topics.
It really should not be because
it's because Joe keeps
Oh, I think our listeners appreciate it.
non-podcast topics into our text chain, and Pat can't handle the level of
that's fair.
confusion that
We do. Let's remind our listeners we do have a text chain, and we share thoughts on what we're going to
Podcast
discuss,
topic.
which
The text chain
occasionally gets a little out of hand.
So we have a text chain, and it's for podcast topics only, and everybody is only supposed to enter the exact sentence which would introduce a topic. And I think Drew Hale was the one who got us all really off track.
I think Drew might have started it.
I didn't explain it to him.
This last one, yeah.
Hand up. As a leader, this is what leaders do. They take full responsibility. I did not explain this to Drew, and the whole thread was going sideways, and I didn't. I really should have reined it in. Scotty called me out several times. I still didn't rein it in. So hand up. A good leader always admits his faults. It's all my fault. So,
It's a New Year's resolution. Stay on track with
the
them.
new Joe.
because we have another thread, and it's called
Right.
GMG ball busting thread, and so that way
Let
there.
loose there.
And that's where all those things belong.
And this is where sometimes things get a little murky because things go on the ball busting thread, and then you say to me here live, Pat, did you put up the topic that was on the ball busting thread? And that's a line I do not cross.
So let me see if I can get the thing. See right there, GMG ball busting. See right there, one of the topics.
Dorothy got the trike.
Right.
But that's not the text chain for the podcast.
Which is a good example right there of a topic
So the one
that did not make it.
So the one for the podcast is right there, and you can see what the image we used for it, the piping plover. That's the podcast topic one. So we got
Might
that.
be the image you use.
Did you show him
Pat picked that.
Did you
image.
show him the image Pat picked for the ball busting?
Oh, let me find out. Yeah, I think I could get it.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pat runs all our imaging at GMG
Yeah.
and marketing.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, it is true.
It's true.
I'm getting texts. Hang on.
She's getting text. Joe, I think we should ignore Jeff's comment. That's not worthy of even talking about.
No, actually, you know what? I am. This is so. Bills Mafia is in the house. Jeff D'Antonio, actually, tip of the cap
Yeah.
to the Bills. They earned it.
Yeah.
And actually, I wrote this to actually Zach Sears, the GM at Minglewood. He was texting me during we talk a lot of sports together, and he was saying we were talking, and I said, this is probably the first time that I have ever rooted for another team within my division in any sport, because I have a total respect for the Bills fan base. Josh Allen, I think, is he's my I like his style of play, how he's a bruising, tough quarterback, mentally tough, physically tough. Wills his team to win. You know, I actually like Joe Burrows too, but I can't stand Patrick Mahomes. I just can't stand him.
Yeah,
but I'll acknowledge his greatness.
His greatness, yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah. So there's.
I just want to put a shout out there that I thought with that serious issue that everyone was looking at all week with the player from Buffalo.
Number 3.
That, I mean, the way everything was handled from the the way the ESPN announcers to interviews by other players and coaches, I thought it was all done in great taste. And everyone did the best they could with a difficult situation, because there is no rules for something like that. There is no playbook. There is no.
I agree 100%. What actually disgusted me was the people that were taking shots at how they were handling it.
Yeah.
Right.
The day after, and wanted to make it into a huge fucking issue. Instead of talking about Damar Hamlin and his family, they wanted the virtual signaling of what they would have done in this situation. And a huge corporation with 1 million moving parts, they can all go fuck themselves. So
Any questions?
Sneaky Pete says he'll be a Buffalo fan in the playoffs.
On the playoff.
Even though I'm guessing he's a Patriots fan, but he'll be rooting for Buffalo during the playoffs, which I can get behind that.
Yeah.
So there.
So guys, what's on the agenda for lunch today?
Oh,
I don't know. I gotta smoke a cigar soon. I'm starting.
My buddy, who we had dinner with, who lives down here, in Delray, turned us on to what was it? V and E subs.
VNS sub shop.
It's in Boca. VNS subs, and he said he is a foodie. I've eaten with this guy since the 90s. We go way back.
He had a point to talk about how you have to go.
Yeah, multiple times.
He also said Augie's Pizza, Augy, Augie's Pizza in.
He says it's a hole in the wall.
Yeah, I think that's in.
That's the best places. Best places.
Yeah, and I looked it up on the One Bite app. It was 7.8 or 7.9, which is a high score for Barstool.
Yeah.
So, but it's a deep dish, kind of Detroit style pizza.
Or what's that? Sicilian? Do they call that Sicilian?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. A lot. Well, seeing as a lot of Sicilians actually came to this country and went to Detroit. They were. Did you know that?
No.
My grandfather has cousins in Detroit.
Really?
There's a lot of Joe Shimataros in Detroit as well.
Really?
Like if you my name, like there's a ton of them come up on the internet in Detroit.
Are they spelled the right way?
Yes. Yeah. Because they're relatives.
Because
so there's that. I have a graphic that says "Stop ironing." Pat, can you pull up the graphic?
I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I'm not sure.
Then we ought to.
Yeah, Pat. You know what? I think we're gonna.
Here it is. Thank you, Pat.
We're gonna have to put Jimmy in charge going forward.
I'm so glad that as a generation we've agreed to stop ironing our clothes. Is this? I would say in the last 10 to 15 years, the number of people that actually iron clothes has probably dramatically decreased.
Definitely.
There's
been less need.
What's that, Pat?
Fabrics have developed in a way where there's less need to iron.
That's a good point. A lot of wrinkle-free clothing.
Yeah.
But I will say, Joe, last summer, I had to pick something up that Barry was giving me, and at the time he was living with your mother, Pat, and I went over there, and
Bar closed.
she was downstairs ironing what appeared to be Barry's underwear. Barry's underwear. So, speaking of ironing, I think your mother wins
She's-
first place for.
She's ironing champ, and it's not even. It's not.
She would iron her wind pants back in the day.
Really?
To go to the gym.
The win.
I remember being at my, briefly when I was going through my divorce and living at my mom's house before I could find a place. I'd go to I was living at my mom's, and my mother would have my sister's whole entire family's clothes in her house while my sister still had her own house. All on, like she had everything on hangers, all ironed precisely.
Wow. Wow.
Credit. Like I
God
think
bless.
when my mother actually, like if there ever is ever a tribute to my mom, like that should be like
Yeah.
way
Your
up.
sister
Who taught? Do you iron? Who?
who's ironing her like napkins and tablecloths.
My sister was ironing her napkins and tablecloths.
Yes, when she was moving.
I mean, these are outliers, though. This is not normal nowadays. I don't think. Pat,
Who were you?
I'm going to go ahead and say that Pat probably doesn't do a whole lot of ironing.
Not anymore. No, but do you remember being taught to iron? Like, were you taught a method? Because I was.
My mother did teach me, but the one thing I will say that my mother, I'm not sure if she's figured it out yet or not. The whole crease down the front of your jeans is not like she used to crease. She used to put a fucking line down the front of my jeans, like dungarees,
Yeah.
like
Dungarees.
denim jeans.
Dungarees. There's an old time word.
Yeah, dungarees.
That's our friends, the swingers from the Spanks, Robert and Annette Spanks, the swingers from the villages are with us.
Just up the road.
And a visit. Oh, Bill Wren is with us, one of our regulars. Bill Wren is with us as well.
Just up the road, Chris. Are you going to go visit?
I don't think we're allowed up there.
No, they don't want us up
They
there.
don't want us up there.
They don't want us up there. It's cold
Well,
up
you
there.
get that moxie, Joey.
I think the
If
Spanks
you
want
get
us
that
there,
moxie,
they're going to kidnap us and they're going to chain us.
We're gonna be like the movie Pulp Fiction with
What
the
color- what
Gimp
color
get
is
back
it?
in the box. Gimp get it. Remember the Gimp?
Yeah. Actually, what color loofah do the Spanks have in there?
With every color.
Hanging outside.
Rainbow color? I don't know. Smacks it. Oh wait, what is this? They have a cigar bar out there, Garvino.
Oh, you've done it now.
Oh.
You've done it now.
Just sweeten the pot a little.
Yeah.
Just sweeten the pot a little.
Joey, if you guys get that moxie car, the one that you're talking about, then I'm all in. I would drive it.
Oh, the Moxie.
The Moki. Moki
Yeah,
Moxie.
I sent that thing to Warren. Don't you think those would be great? Like if those. So here's something we need to speak about. In Delray, they have these golf carts. They're 4 or 6 person golf carts that are contained with these light duty oars, and they're completely free to use. You download this app. Good morning, Felicia. Felicia's with us.
All right, I'll be back.
Where you going?
I gotta get the charging port.
You just got here.
All right. All right. Kate, say hi to
Bye,
everybody.
Kate.
Here's your favorite. So they have these golf carts, and there's several of them around town. And you download an app, and it's called the Freebie app. And we found out yesterday that this company operates from Miami to up here, like in all the different cities.
Yeah.
And the business model, I believe, is the major hotels are sponsoring them, they're paying for them. The drivers work solely on tips,
Right.
and they're clean, and so it's like free Uber,
Right.
but it only operates within the downtown area. And I've used it since I've been here for 3 days. I think I've used it 4 times.
Yeah.
And I always, no matter how short or long the distance, I always just duke the guy $5.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal. So I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be phenomenal? And I know Scotty Mack had talked about this. He, if we had the Beauport, maybe the Beauport could probably do this on their own. If they had the Beauport Seaport Grill, probably couldn't do it with Cape Ann Marina because of the bridge. It would be too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
What are some of the other downtown?
But you could take them like to Good Harbor Beach.
Do you think it's a little too far to do an individual trip from downtown to Good Harbor? Because in the summer, it's like it might be a 20 minutes round trip. You want to keep it quick little shots, right?
True.
So all right, let's say as far as Cruiseport, right? So you go Cruiseport, another stop Harbor Loop, Declan's, and
I go up Main Street, Joey.
What'd you say?
I go up Main Street by
Yeah. No,
by
so
passports.
right, but hold on. Start at down in the St. Peter's parking lot, St. Peter's Square parking lot, right? Go past that into the city lot where the Gloucester House is, right? So there's that city lot right in front of the Gloucester House. Go past that to Harbor Loop. Go Harbor Loop where there's Cape Ann Whale Watch, and then there's you have the Maritime Gloucester. Go past that up the hill to Seaport Grill. Seaport Grill, go across the street and then come down Main Street over the hill where the gas station is. Come down to the east end of Main Street, Union Hill, and go down. Just any stops all along Main Street, and I guess I would keep the boulevard out of that, right? Yeah, I think in that loop, I think that would be the loop.
You'd have to go to like mile marker and.
No, I don't think so because and I love mile marker, but like I think it'd be too much of a nightmare to deal with the bridge in the summer.
You could do a separate loop
bridge is
on
a
the other
45
side of the
minute
bridge.
ordeal. What?
You could do a separate loop on the other side of the bridge, and it would be
I don't think
Stagecourt
that-
Park, mile marker, Magnolia.
Magnolia? No, you're not. No. They're not gonna. It'll be too long for the thing to cycle.
All right, the castle then.
The castle. How many people are going to the castle? No. It's. I'd like the
Isn't
castle.
this for the tourists?
No, but it has to be economical. If one knot takes you 20 minutes round trip, it doesn't work. It has to be compact. Like that's the whole idea behind it, because these are not, they're not fares. You know what I mean? And then if you want to do that, you use CATA, Cape Ann Transportation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's pretty, because I left out I left out Beauport. You have to go to the hotel.
Yeah.
Because you go down the hotel, because it's easy places to pull in, pick people up, and zip. I think it's interesting.
I would love to drive it.
What's that?
I would love to be the driver. So you get it.
Yeah. People like you driving it. The people all the drivers that we've had have been super friendly, and the money, they probably make great money. Think about these were 5-minute trips with Duke and the guy $5. You probably make $40-$50 an hour driving these things, and they're fun to drive.
Yeah.
So the only question I would have is our season too short? Like you could start this in June, right? And then June through mid-October. So June, July, August, September, 4.5 months, and then ship the unit down to Florida, right? I don't know. Something to think about. It's definitely something to think about.
Sure.
I know Scotty Mack had talked about doing it too. So.
I think we need the boats, the amphibious boats that take people around and then go in the water and
the duck boats.
duck boats. Yeah,
Duck
I mean
boats.
that
would
be cool.
They had, I think it was about 25 years ago they had talked about that. Robin and Ned Spanks bring us up a good point. Doesn't Beauport already offer a shuttle for their people? I think
That buggy.
I think they do.
But they should. If anybody got a moat, it's them.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I'm saying. They could rent out mokes.
yeah.
Right.
They rent out bikes, or guests can use their bikes.
They could probably set up a moke rental business.
Yeah,
And they could probably charge people, I would say anywhere $50 to $80,000, $50 to $80 a day,
yeah,
$80 on the weekends, $50 during the week to rent the moke,
yeah,
and have limitations on how far you could go with it. Obviously, you can't go to the highway, right?
yeah,
And they probably have a place they could store them off site, and then bring them on site as needed, like almost like a what's it called, a valet service to bring it to them.
yeah. Oh, that tripe's starting to come out.
I would rent one. I would totally rent a moke for the day.
Cool.
So there's that. I don't know what the licensing is in Massachusetts. Down here they let you do it because they see it makes sense and stuff. Massachusetts, they probably make some kind of fucking crazy jungle of rules and regulations to make it like nearly impossible for you to get through the licensing, so just because it'll be too much fun.
Right. Right.
And that's the Spanx says the duck boat operated back around 98 to 2000 in Gloucester. Sadly, it didn't last.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember that. I think I got it right too. I think I said 20 to 25 years ago.
You did.
Yeah, so we got that, which is nice.
Which is
So there's that. We will be back to Gloucester. Give us some notifications. We have a couple places that have invited us to podcast. I know Marmarker wants us to come in and do a thing from Igloos. Zach at Domingowood wants to have us come in. Give us some, write down some places you'd love to see us podcast from, and maybe we can try and get there. Because this is the season where we get to actually go on the road and have some fun. Now that my work is a lot less hectic. So there's that. What is this Testacuzzi?
Yeah,
What's a
Oh, that's a McCarthy.
All right, can you get the graphic up there, Pat?
Look at that. The Testacuzzi is a jacuzzi for your pajangis. And it was it's only $40. You can buy it on Amazon.
And it's pardon the expression, but it's a Kickstarter.
It says find on Amazon right there.
Well, it says at Kickstarter on there.
Pat, do me a favor. Go open up a screen for yourself. Go on Amazon and see if you can find and do a search for Testacuzzi.
Yeah.
Do a screenshot.
See if it's real.
See if it's real.
I just want to know: does one size fit all?
Good.
That's Jimmy. Why don't you buy one and let us know? We'll all share it. We buy one and we can all share it.
That's how we do. That's how we roll. GMG.
Everyone gets 1 week with it.
Oh my God, the Spanx. Say the Villages would be a great location to explore and podcast from.
Yeah, sure. We got to get there.
We got to do it. Maybe they'll sponsor us and get us a couple of cheap tickets on Spirit Airlines or something. Get us down there and pick us up, chauffeur us around.
Yeah.
Do the Spanx have a golf cart? I'd like to know. Isn't that kind of prerequisite if you're in the Villages to have a golf cart?
Well, you got to get to and from the swinger events.
You
can't be late.
Do you know how much it costs to get a car from Gloucester to have a service? Get a car from Gloucester to Florida.
I think it's about $1,500.
$1,500. Okay. So I was obsessed yesterday.
They have a four-seater
golf cart.
Of course they do. It wouldn't be two.
Hey!
It wouldn't be two. It has to be four.
Can't swing with two. You got to swing with four.
Okay, so the Amazon report for the Testacuzzi is that you don't get anything directly to the Testacuzzi, but there is an interesting array of other options. Oddly to me, including the bullshit detector. I think is a weird thing to show on search for Testacuzzi.
Okay. All right. but nothing.
Now I'm going to have to delete the app and reinstall it.
Yeah. All right. That's interesting. There's that. Well, I think we're probably a little over an hour right now. We'll probably wrap it up right now. We got to get to the beach. It's a little warm out right now.
Ah,
I'm working. Joe's going to the beach.
Yeah. There's that. Yeah. Chris has got the green light on. So, Mr. Burgess, how are you, my friend? One of the best captains in the fleet. 62 years old, outworked probably 90% of the guys.
Yeah.
Animal. Total
Cape
animal.
Ann taxi, water taxi.
No, so getting back to my thing, I was obsessed with creating a car service, buying one of those car like a six car
Yeah.
units that gets pulled by a truck,
Right.
and doing 1,500. If you got a unit that does 6 cars, that's $9,000, and you hire a really good driver, like a total professional,
Like Jimmy.
like Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Jimmy can handle a big rig.
baby.
So my idea was,
Richard Burgess says he corrected me. He's not 62. He's 69. I don't know if he's really 69 or if he's just trying to.
yeah,
Look
Jimmy
who's
would be
with
cool.
us.
wants to
Look
trying to
who's
be
with
cool.
us.
Oh, there's our favorite, Daphne and Wandy. I don't know if you were with us earlier, Daphne or Wandy. I'm not sure which one of you, is behind the keyboard, but we talked glowingly and how much we can't wait to get back. As soon as we get back, we're going to be seeing you for lunch because I'm dying to take my wife there. So thank you for your great hospitality. We appreciate it. What's that mean?
It was awesome.
Where are we going?
Fleur Cuisine, Harborside. Yeah, so there's that.
What were we talking about before that? Oh,
The car-
the car service.
Car service, yeah.
So my thought is, like, I drove down here right before New Year's, and it was a 3-day trip. Very interesting. I made a number of notes. At some point, I want to share my comments about the drive
Oh, wow.
from Gloucester to Florida. But the car service, I'd love to have them pick up my car and then me stay in the car and just
They're the driver.
what's that?
And they're the driver.
They're the driver, but be on the 18-wheeler transporting the car down.
Oh, and not the guy driving.
No,
Not really driving a car.
no. He's driving the truck and I'm still in my car and I get
Yeah.
to sleep. I get to work.
Chris, it's called Amtrak. It's called Amtrak, Chris.
Those have,
Yeah, but you have to go. Where do you pick that up, Jimmy? It's like
It's
at least
down
4 or 5 hours.
a little south of Washington, D.C., Lorton, Virginia. For the auto train, you're talking. The auto
that?
train.
Is that like 8 hours, 7.5 hours?
That sounds about right. It was about 5 or 6 when we lived in New York. Yep.
Pat and Jimmy, when you were on that, did you see any pets?
I thought I did.
Because
I thought I
hearing
saw
that
some. I
pets-
can't say that I did, but we were the last couple times we went in a cabin, in a separate room, and we wouldn't have seen a lot of other people
Okay.
or their pets.
Did you get a suite on the train?
Yeah. Yes.
So here you go. Warren just chimed in. He says, we ship cars back and forth all the time. Prices are way up. Intercity is one, but we also have a custom right to your door, $1,600 to Naples.
Wow.
So
Nice.
I know someone, we won't talk
Yeah.
there, but yeah, Warren, that's good to know.
Yeah, that is very good to know.
Very
We
good.
can start spreading the word.
Yeah.
I'll reach out because I need to get a golf cart down from Middleton to Naples. So I'm wondering what the cost would be for a golf cart.
It's got to be cheap.
Well, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
But-
interesting, Warren. Well, we'll talk when I get back, Warren. Jeff Wilk ships boats. Yep, there you go. That's interesting. I think it would be. I looked at how much those cost. They cost for the car carrier things that you haul behind a big truck.
Yeah.
They were listed for $28,000, which I thought was like you could make that up.
The moke?
No, the car carrier thing.
Oh, yeah.
A six car carrier.
Yeah.
They were listed for for $2,800. The other thing is, I know there are a lot of people that don't want to fly, and they will drive your car for you.
Yeah.
If you don't want
I've
to,
heard
because
that.
I'm not really interested in making. So how did you find the drive? 3 days driving? Was it? Because I can't. My back, I think, and my legs would be numb after
Yeah,
a
so
day.
it was the week between Christmas and New Year's, and I thought that would be a good week to come down, but that's a week that a lot of people take off. Kids still have school off, and I think it backfired because the traffic was worse than we thought it would be.
Christmas week. Yeah.
So to get to our points of destination, first was Richmond, then Savannah down to Naples. It took us 3 to 4 hours longer than what we thought it would because of the traffic. So that threw us off a bit, made the experience a little bit more stressful because I freaking hate it, like everybody else, but it affects me more than my wife, certainly. But I have some great points that I'll share at some point about the ride. I was documenting some of the
That's cool.
some of the things.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing those things. Yeah, I can't see myself. And I think if I was retired, it wasn't so much of a time, get there at the time and, so you can enjoy yourself down there and then race back home on the schedule. But, here comes Bobo. Charlene almost shit herself. Is she going to be able to come in here with Bo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, you're going to be. We have a guest appearance by the official dog of Good Morning Gloucester.
And he might poop. He might poop in the Capitol.
Charlene, come over here. Shah, come over here. Oh, yeah.
Now, for the people watching, he's not calling Charlene like that.
Oh, look at my toes. What did I tell you? Right off the bat, he went right in for the toes.
Hi, Bo. Hey, bud. Hey.
He's wearing a bow tie.
See, he got chopped.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
You got snorts all over.
My toes.
And Bo's.
Where did that come from?
That was Christmas.
Oh, my God. That is crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, so there's that.
What is happening?
He's a toe licker. He's a toe licker. I told you he's got problems, this dog. Anyway.
A quick shout out, Joe, for those of you who want to enjoy the warmth of Florida. My wife has her license down in Florida, specializing in Southwest Florida, which is Naples, Bonita Springs, Marco Island. So if anyone is looking, reach out to Good Morning Gloucester, and Joe will let us know. But she's actually busier with her business down here in Florida than she is back home. A lot of calls from friends saying.
You can follow her on Instagram.
That's right. Instagram, Facebook, Charlene Ellis McCarthy. So
there you go.
Reach out to her. Even if you're just poking around, she can add you to a list.
I think I have a graphic with the girls on it. We can post up there. So here's their contact information right here.
Yeah.
Kate's up north. Charlene's down south. They got you covered right there. Both of their numbers. So let's go. Let's get some action.
Let's Gloucester South. Let's
look how beautiful those women are. Who wouldn't want to? And they're fun. So there you go. All right, I think we got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours. I got to work.
Chris is getting antsy over here. Pat and Jimmy, thanks for running the back end. Thanks everybody for tuning in with us, and we'll go out with a bang here. Let's see, what are we gonna go out with? Right here. Over the Bridge, our friends from Over the Bridge, who were kind enough to write this jingle for us. Right. Bye, everybody.
Little town with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up. make Gloucester too